Welcome to the second episode of The Big Box. Y'all should know who I am by now. You know the Warriors played tonight. They beat the New Orleans Pelicans. I think they're back in the sixth place. In my opinion, they should be in fourth place, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to talk about is a particular individual who actually bet me on last year's finals. A couple people bet me, actually, and they all lost. George White Jr. Many of y'all know George White, right? He's police officer, husband, father. I believe he's the assistant pastor of his dad's church, too. But this man would harass me about his beloved Celtics. And when the Warriors beat the brakes off the Mavericks, George White Jr. had the nerve to hit me up and say, Boston in 5. Boston in 5. And I believe, what was the index? I think they had like an 84% chance to beat the Warriors. I think that's what they said, 84% chance. And so, George White Jr. Now I got to say it like the movies. George White Jr. He bet me. He said, hey, man, if the Warriors win, I'll wear a Steph Curry jersey. But if my Celtics win, you have to wear a Celtics jersey. Any one of your choosing. I probably would have wore a Larry Bird jersey. But what's interesting is, after game one, George White Jr. was talking so much trash. It was dangerous. And I said, listen, man, we had that game. We took our foot off the gas pedal in that fourth quarter, and Al Horford, of all people, couldn't miss from three. Great. Yippee-de-doo-dah, yippee-de-day, right? So he's like, oh, nah, man, y'all are cooked. Who y'all gonna get to help Steph? Steph by himself. Clay is washed. Jordan Poole is washed. Everybody's washed. Wiggins, what he gonna do? Okay. As you know, Jason Tatum was not a factor, not a real big factor in that game one win. It was Al Horford. So game two comes. Of course, the Warriors win. We all knew they was. Game three, Boston wins. Now, this is what's interesting. I was in the Target parking lot talking to George White, and he was like, man, it's over. Y'all not winning in Boston. And I was like, let's talk about Boston's run. They've gone, they had 2 game 7s during their run? They've played a lot more basketball than the Warriors. The Warriors' first round was against the Nuggets. They went gentleman sweep 4-1. Then who they play after that? The Grizzlies, the gritty Grizzlies. And they went 4-2, so they've only lost 3 games so far, if you can count up that high. Then they play the Mavericks, where they went 4-1. So out of, how many games is that? 16 games? They lost 4? They had more rest for the finals as well. So they had a little bit of ring rust, as they say. You know what I mean? They were pretty much just Hulk Hogan with a knee brace on until he kicked in the third, fourth gear. So I've been to Target parking lot, and George White is just going in. Man, y'all losing. Y'all not winning in Boston. You're not winning in Boston. I was like, well, I ain't gonna lie. Part of me was like, maybe he's right. I don't like the rotations. I don't like what Kerr's doing on the floor. I don't like the lineups. It's so weird. You don't know if you want to play Looney, if you don't know if you want to play Draymond, you want to play them together. I don't know. I mean, those are put them on the floor together, man. We need to go big because the Celtics were huge. But in that game 4, the baby face assassin. Let's just say, after that game, I didn't hear no more from George White. I don't think I heard from him anymore with him hitting me up for the rest of the series because they went back to Golden State after that, and you know what happened there. Steph Curry had 16 points, I believe, and they still blew out the Celtics. Game 6. Game 6 was a massacre. Andrew Wiggins shut down Jason Tatum. I mean, Steph Curry was going on a tangent. It was just so Jordan-esque to me, you know. But I say all that to say, still to this day, George White has not paid up on his debt. I want to see George White wear a Steph Curry jersey on a Sunday morning in the pulpit. That's what I want. And he has yet to do it. He keeps dodging me. And I know he's on Facebook. He's on Facebook all the time, taking family portraits. Everybody's in green. I know it was St. Patty's Day the other day. I know he loved that because it was green. But my man, I need to see some yellow and blue, bruh. Okay? You need to pay up on your debt. Please. Please. I don't want to take this to the next level. You thought I forgot. You thought you was getting away. But I'm going to let everybody know that George White has not paid his debt. So if y'all could tag him in this, or if you could, hit him up, instant message, or say, hey, man, put the jersey on. Just tell him, put on the jersey. Put it on. And I want you to get there. I want you to pay homage to whomever you want. Give it honor to God. And I want you to say these exact words. I am so grateful that God gave me the opportunity to live, to pay my debt. I am so happy to wear this Stephen Curry jersey. The best shooter, as Stephen A. would say, God ever created. And I'm going to tell you this. I know we've been having struggles this year. We have not been healthy. In and out of lineup, Steph, Draymond, Wiggins, we don't know what's going on. There's tons of rumors, but I don't believe those rumors. We just got GP2 back. And Jordan Poole, he's young. He's going through something. But if we get the 5th or the 6th seed and Wiggins comes back and we're healthy, George White. You just don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to see the Warriors win another championship. Y'all don't want to see it. You know who else is a Boston Celtics fan? Jay Spade. Now, he's more analytical when it comes down, when he talks to me. He has a high basketball IQ, other than George White. But, at least we have clean conversation. Like this year, he texted me and said, I smell a blowout. This is the first time the Warriors played the Celtics this year. And unfortunately, even hobbled, we beat the Celtics. We're in their head. The only team I'm worried about is the Milwaukee Bucks. Really worried about them. I don't know if the Warriors are healthy enough to beat them in the 7-game series right now. I just don't know how that's going to pan out. I don't know what that looks like. And so that's the only thing I'm really worried about. Anybody in the West, they're inconsistent. Everybody in the West is inconsistent. Everybody. It's almost like Draymond punched one of their point guards too. I mean, the Nuggets, you can't trust them. John Morant, he wants to be a rapper, a gangster rapper. The Sacramento Kings are great, but of course they're going to be great. They have a piece of the Warriors coaching staff, coaching for them. Of course they were going to be great. Who else? The Clippers, they're not winning anything. The Suns, they have no defense. I don't know who CP3 is going to stop. Devin Booker, if talking trash could win you a championship, he'll be the greatest of all time. That's all he do is run his mouth. DeAndre Ayton, him and Monty Williams don't like each other. I just don't see the Phoenix Suns going far. Not this year, not next year, the year after. I don't care if Kevin Durant's on their team. Who else? The Lakers. Listen, you know what's interesting? You know, I'm not going to say the NBA is rigged, but the Lakers they've found a way into the top 8. I don't know how they did it, but I've watched some of those games, and some of those calls they getting, man, is like, wow, the NBA really loves the Lakers. They love them, but I'm sorry, people. LeBron's not winning another championship. Maybe on another video I'll talk about LeBron, but you know, second string, he ain't winning. He's not winning another one. It's over. I don't care what y'all do. He's Father Time catches up to everyone. He just doesn't have it. You know, I heard it pop. You okay? Hey man, give somebody else a chance. You wasting your time. You wasting a whole team's salary paying you. For what? You know, in AD, they call him street clothes. He plays sometime, play when he want to play. So, again, none of those teams. Everybody should feel the Warriors. And if the Warriors lose, okay, fine. They've had just the same amount of injuries or more. They've had front office issues. They've had personnel issues, people punching people, all kind of crazy stuff. And so we knew this year was going to be rough, but they're still in it. So y'all don't want them to start getting along. No, we don't want that to happen. Y'all better hope they lose. But George White, I need to see you in that jersey, brother. Put it on.